Welcome to the first video on the Carson Addington Golf YouTube channel that is in shot-for-shot format. We are playing at Timber Ridge Golf Course today in my hometown of Bluffton, Indiana, which is only fitting because I've probably played this course at least 200 times. So let's see how well we can do today and get a good round in. I'm playing with my dad for the first time in at least 3 to 4 years, so it's good to be back on the course with him. Overall, we have a first hole here, about 320 yards, and I typically have a fade into my swing, but got a little bit too much of that one and ended up being a slice. So we'll be playing the second shot from 9's fairway. Coming in, we have 127 yards to the hole. We take a little pitching wedge here, puts it right over top of the tree, and unfortunately did not hit the green, but fortunately did not go in the water that was behind it. Third shot, we're up and on the green. Got over that first hill and was able to actually get a relatively good chip out of it. A decent look for par, and well, we see here that I misread it just a little bit and put it back to the right, a little bit wrong speed as well. So I know what, I'll take bogey for the first hole. Not too bad, not too great either. Moving on to hole number 2, we have a nice long straight hole, about 10 yards longer than the last one. Take the driver again, and well, you can see by the shot tracer here, it wasn't pretty, and neither is that shot tracer. Coming into the second shot, we have around 160 yards out. There is a little area, kind of like a peninsula type green here, water on both the left and the right side. We hit it up, catch it a little fat, but also it fades off to the right about 10 to 15 yards short. See the third shot here, chipping over that little water area onto the green. And up and goes. And, well, I was actually pretty surprised with it. Left it a little long. Not as great as I would like, but still 2 looks for par today, so I guess that's not too bad. Ooh, and we just read it just a little bit wrong. Had the right speed and everything, so nothing to complain about. Looked like my dad wanted to play some cart golf and followed me to the exact spot where I hit it, so I proceed to, hit both of our balls in for bogey. That leaves me at 2 over par for the round tonight. Third hole, 310 yards, a little bit shorter, but we have a pond straight in front of us, about 80 yards. Hit it up and over just fine, but typical shot of mine, tails off to the right into this little rough spot. Second shot coming in, 135 yards over on top of the trees. Put it left of the green about 10 to 15 yards, so good look coming in. Here we are, about 15 yards outside of the green. Going to chip on for the birdie attempt. Try to get it as close as I can. Left it a little bit short, but overall, I'm not too mad about it. Got our third look for par today, so we're on the greens, but not really hitting them in regulation like we'd like. And literally had nothing but a perfect stroke, just not the right tempo. So that'll take another bogey for this outing with my dad. Kind of embarrassing, 3 over, but let's hope that we can come back from it. Coming into the fourth hole, one of my favorite holes on the entire course, about 360 yards in. And I finally straighten the drive out. Get a nice little pure shot. Sits literally probably 5 yards in front of this little retaining pond that they decided to put in, I think, my senior year of school. So we are literally probably 5 yards from going into the water. So I couldn't get a better break. Second shot, about 140 coming into the green. I believe that's a 9-iron that I hit and kind of launches it over. So maybe a pitching wedge. Fourth shot coming in, chips back onto the green. A little bit past, but still a good look. And a fourth look for par for the evening. So let's hope we can actually make it, but we'll see whether or not I did. Ooh, and a lip out. So I didn't really feel good on that one. Puts me back at 4 over for the entire round. Fifth hole, long par 5. Easily scoreable. By long, I mean short. This thing is definitely reachable in 2, but as you see, I just duffed the hell out of that ball. Coming in for the second shot, trying to play recovery, hit a 5-iron into the fairway, trying to put it back into an area where I know I can make it onto the green. Third shot coming in, about 156 yards. trying to put my first green in regulation on the scorecard, but unfortunately, right distance, a little bit to the right. I think that's the motto for the day. Up and down for par, and didn't get all of it. This hole has been a nightmare mentally for me, so reliving it with you is not a great feeling. Coming up for the par putt, or par chip, up and down for bogey. Kept it a little bit right. That's going to be a pretty tough putt for bogey. And I don't know. I think I was thinking just as a straight putt, try to get it in. Let's see what happens. We saved it. All right, so now we're 5 over for the round. And that's probably one of the easiest holes in the entire course, so no need to bogey that. Moving on into the 6th hole, we have a relatively short par 3. I think I took a gap wedge here and absolutely just pured the ball, putting it on the green, but unfortunately it spun back off into the first cut of the fringe here. The camera angle on the second shot wasn't the best, so we kind of blocked the putt. My bad. I'll do better next time. But we get a tap-in par, so first par on the scorecard, keeping us at +5 for the round. Moving into the 7th hole, we have a pretty long par 5. And after my first par 5 drive, I think it was time to redeem myself and pipe it down the middle. Getting a 4 hybrid out on the second shot of the 7th hole, 220 yards. Didn't get all of it, but got enough of it to put it past the green and, have a good chance for an up and down for birdie. So we have the third shot now of the 7th hole for the eagle look and absolutely just nail this chip. I have no idea how I did this, but this green slopes so far down, and, well, putting it that close is a miracle. And we actually have our first look at birdie for the entire round. And back of the cup, absolutely sinks it. I'm just mentally lit right now. Take that -1 on the scorecard, back to +4 for the day. 8th hole, really long par 3, plays in the wind and actually puts it over the green with the 5-iron. Not too bad. Have this nice, also another downhill chip. I think it's the theme for the day, and almost sinks another birdie back to back, but gets my 4th or 5th par look for the day. And let's see if we can actually make another par to keep the round at +4. And we did it. So that was a good putt. That's what I'll say. 9th hole and final hole for this round. Pipes it right down the middle with the driver. I think towards the end we finally realized how to hit our club again and put it in that first cut. By the middle, I definitely meant first left cut. And we have about 92 yards out with a 56-degree wedge coming over top of the green and putting it actually a little bit deep. So maybe should have used a 60. I'm not too sure. Let's hit the range and find out our numbers again. Coming back in with a birdie putt on that lip of the fringe. Kind of got a little lucky break here, but this whole pin placement always breaks downhill to the left, no matter where the flag's at. The clubhouse is right behind us, and the ball just always decides to go back there. So I played it out a little bit right, trying to emphasize the break, but it was a little longer than I thought. Give it a lot of speed, so try to get it there as much as I could. And the last hole, putt for par, to do 4 over for the round. The lock in a 40, sinks it, and the front 9 is a 40. So unfortunately, I did record all the back 9 as well, but the footage got corrupted for some reason because my iPhone decided to take a shit on me. So overall, it was a great day of golf with my dad. I think for the entire round, I had an 84, so 40 on the front, 44 on the back. Not terrible, but also not great. Really looking to try to get back in that 70 range and get that 78, 79 back on the scorecard and really start cooking again. Reliving this experience with my dad was something I will truly remember for the rest of my life. It was such a fun round in a time where I don't get to see my dad as much as I would like to. So I definitely really enjoyed having this one as a memory, mentally and virtually in this digital space. So thank you so much, and it means a lot if you'd subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. I have a PGA golf video where me and my buddies are playing the new PGA 2K21 and seeing how low we can shoot. So it'll be fun to watch that. So stick around and subscribe, and if you want to see that one as well, or any other golf related content, I'm looking forward to casually creating things in the future and kind of seeing what comes of it. So thank you.